Hey guys, this is Ryan Fan with Amputee Blade Runners. I'm here with Tyler. He is one of the newest additions to the ABR family. He's been in town for a week and we've gone through the fitting process, and we just got through running his first mile in the running prosthesis and ran under 10 minutes, so that was a personal best. Tyler experienced a below-the-knee amputation from a motor vehicle accident about 3 years ago. He's fully independent now, works full-time as a mechanic, so he's on his feet. He's had two different types of prosthetics. He started off with a Seal-In system utilizing the Oser Seal-In V-liner and had some success, but then later on started to have issues with claudication type pains when he started getting more active. And you know, that liner is good, but the seal is a little bit thicker to compensate for volume loss, and the seal is a little bit higher, so I anticipated that maybe that was a part of the claudication type problems. He transitioned into a pin lock system with his hometown practitioner back in Florida, and I think that definitely reduced the claudication type pains, and got him to where he is now. And he did say that he prefers the Seal-In system over the pin lock for functional reasons. So my objective was to hopefully get him back into a Seal-In system more comfortable. So I chose to use the Oser Dermo Seal-In liner, which the seal is a little bit more distal, it's not as thick, and it has a matrix at the bottom 10 centimeters, which kind of helps control the soft tissue. So we started this process Sunday, and we've been through 3 test sockets. Now we've got a laminated socket, and I think we're starting off with a 0-ply fit. For walking, he ends up between a 1 and a 3 ply at the end of the day, depending on how active. And running, he definitely felt like he was losing some volume, which makes sense because you're pushing a lot of fluid out of your limb and you're sweating. So we got his running blade set up here. We're using the Fillauer Blaze distal mount foot that has an anterior-posterior slide. This is a great option because you can accommodate different type of running styles for a passive runner or more aggressive runner, someone who's not as strong versus someone who's very strong. If you slide this socket to the more posterior position, that's going to accommodate someone who's not as comfortable or confident with the running blade just yet. They'll kind of keep up with their speed. And then someone who's a little bit more experienced, a little bit more aggressive in their impact level, you're going to slide this a little bit more anterior, and that's going to promote a faster turnover. So it just allows you to have on-the-spot adjustability to accommodate a different variety of type of running styles. So it's a great product. Also, Tyler is right on the edge of the category differences between a Category C and a Category D. So we tried the Cat D and it was a little bit too stiff, so the Category C was perfect for his jogging style right now. So we're using a full flexible inner material, and we've got some pads around the bony prominences, so we could do spot adjustments and accommodate for any issues. He currently doesn't have any issues in those areas. We've lowered the frame so that we can have a little bit of range of motion, I guess better range of motion without a rigid trim line impinging so much. And then we've got our cool Amputee Blade Runner logo. Tyler is using an Oser ProFlex with Rotate or XC or whatever this ball is. I can't remember. And I will say it's a great foot, but he was asking me if there were any type of better feet, and I just said, better is very subjective, but from my experience, I believe the All Pro is a very good foot. It's a good hybrid foot that allows you to do just about any activity you want, from walking to running, trail walking, going up inclines, and things like that. So he's had the opportunity to use the All Pro for the last week, and so far it's been a very good experience. So I'll turn this over to him and kind of let him give you a summary of his feelings on this experience. Kind of the differences between the pin and suction with the Seal-In, and the difference in the feet from a user's perspective. So Tyler, go ahead.
Hello. Well, we'll start with just the differences in suspension. As he said, my prop just put me in the pin lock just as a trying to get me by kind of deal, just because I had a lot of issues just with either the front and then the side where my bony prominences are. And so, not to say pin lock is not a good suspension system, but I just feel like it held me back in comparison to when I was in my sealing. So Ryan helped me get back into sealing, but obviously he had a better choice of liner that can really help me out there a lot with the issues I was dealing with that. And the next thing, as he stated, that with the foot, so this is my first foot actually I'm still working with, and this helps me a lot with work just because there's a lot of twisting and turning and being on concrete all day. But all the 5Ks I did, I felt like I was very limited. So while I was here, I figured what better opportunity than to ask what kind of feet he would recommend. And he actually just happened to have an All Pro for me to try out, and it's like a night and day difference for sure. I'm much happier using this foot than this. Not to say, again, this is not a good foot, but just I feel so much lighter on my feet. I move it around, and I just know that I'm gonna benefit a lot more from this in the future. As far as my running blade, that's another night and day difference, even between this and the All Pro. Like when I'm in this, you just feel so springy and light, and then just to go back to this foot, it's like you feel like it's dull or doesn't do as much. But like, I'm just so happy to have had this opportunity and to actually get out there and run again. And I did my best mile time I have in quite some time. And I really just want to thank everybody at ABR for this opportunity.
And I think to summarize it, a lot goes into what we've done. We've accomplished a lot in a very small amount of time, and that takes a group effort. We've had help from Fabco, the prosthetic designs in the fabrication. AJ has been helping us. Joshua's been here helping us with anything he could, and even Tyler has been a part of some of this process. So I think it's the equipment, the improvement in functionality, but also the education that is really kind of brings this thing to an end and hopefully makes it more valuable for everybody involved. So it's just, I think, a great opportunity for all of us to continue for me to exercise my skills and continue to learn. For him, he's learned a little bit more about being someone who uses a prosthesis and learning different options and things like that. And hopefully we can continue to have opportunities to help people like this. So thank you very much, and check us out on Facebook and all the other platforms, and donate if you want to help.